Hey everyone, this is Joe Pavich Jr. I just met with a seller. He's going to list his property with me. I love this guy. He's great. He's got a great accent. He's a great, I wish I had his voice. I mean, if I had his accent, I mean, I could only imagine how much more real estate I would sell. But anyway, I'm going to meet with him today and tell him that we're going to keep the price the same as where it was. This house was listed, it didn't sell, and I think he might be surprised that I'm going to tell him to keep his price where it's at. So we'll see how he responds. He's a great guy. Let's go meet him. Hi Phil, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Likewise, yeah.
I got some good marketing materials. Want to sit down with you and talk about the house.
Great.
All right.
Good to see you.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, Phil. So we got the pictures done. I brought some nice marketing materials by for you to take a look at.
Great. Love the sunset.
Yeah, beautiful. And then we got a feature sheet highlighting all the beautiful things you've done.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I know you have so many upgrades. I had to do multiple pages. There's the interior.
Oh, lovely. Nice shots.
You know, there's so many details to this house. I really wanted to make sure we captured every bit of it. So I think we nailed it.
Great. Yeah, I think you have. I think it looks really, really sharp.
I want you to take me around today and just show me some of the things that you've done.
Great.
All right?
Absolutely.
So let's go. Take me on a tour, okay?
I will do, yeah.
All right. One of the first things I noticed is all the detail of the staircase, of the 3D stone. You know, you have the underlights, you have the floating shelves.
Yep.
I know you got a pretty awesome sound system in here. I see the nice speakers on the wall there. But there's just so much glass, and I mean, even those picture windows there, hurricane glass. I mean, I've done a lot of remodels, and I know how heavy those pieces of glass are. So I can only imagine how much work was involved. But just kind of take me through some of the things that you did.
Yeah, sure. So what caught my eye when we first bought the property was the potential. So it's not the first remodeling I've done. And I look at the curbside appeal for a house, and I always loved the lot, the inverted pie,
Sure.
The dimensions that we had, and also the actual facade.
Sure.
And then when I walked in, I loved the vision, if you will, that I could basically create here. One thing you capture when you walk in, and is the fountain.
The fountain is just right in the middle of these windows, which I love. That's one of the first things. And that lights up at night.
It
as well,
does.
right?
And one of the challenges I had was that in order to hurricane proof, those windows aren't standard, no surprise. They're 14 foot tall, they are custom made. They're industrial windows actually.
Yeah.
There's a story behind installing them, but I didn't compromise. Some of the other houses you'll see of this design have actually split the window. I decided that I didn't want that. That was a good feature.
Well, knowing you and how you want things a certain way,
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably try to talk you into a split window.
They
And you
did.
said, not a chance I'm doing that.
I didn't want to compromise it because that was the first thing that you saw when you came in.
Yeah.
The second thing that struck me was there was a very, very large mirror. There was a 12-foot mirror actually above an old-fashioned fireplace with very rounded cornices. And I decided to take that out, and I wanted to create a feature that showed like a chimney was going really up to the height.
Yeah.
These ceilings are 25 feet. And then the other thing to balance that, which I took some time, was on the staircase. The staircase actually, as if we can look in a second, but it was completely blocked off. So it was all solid, right up to the top of the main. And the thing about this house is it's really two houses in one. It's got 2 bedrooms downstairs, so we have a very large master, a huge master, and a very large second bedroom. And then we have 3 upstairs, and we bought the house principally for our family. We've got a young family, they come and stay. So there's a lounge and there's a complete separate environment up there. So that's what we've created.
So Phil, one of the things you talked to me about is a curved staircase, right? Curved staircase, people could assume, well, it's curved because you're walking up the stairs, right? But the fact that this staircase is actually curved going up, I remember before, it was just a straight staircase, right?
That's right, yeah.
For them to widen this and to build this, tell me about this process, because this had to be pretty intriguing to watch. If this was being done at my house, I'd probably have to leave for a week and then come back when it's completed, because I'd be over his shoulder the whole time watching it.
This actually took, believe it or not, about 8 weeks to build. I'm no kidding. There was a gentleman who was a craftsman, many years of experience. But what you have to do, you have to rebuild the thing because it has to meet code. You just can't add a piece to it.
Yeah.
So he took out all of the rungs of the stairs. And what happens is that, as it was a block staircase, so it was completely solid. And I wanted it to open it up.
Which is nice. That's rare. That's real rare that is the case.
And it's
Usually and I can tell when I'm walking up these stairs. I mean, they are solid. I mean,
they're all
It's
glued.
not a hollow stair. This is a
No.
legitimate,
And if you know me,
staircase,
it
for
has
sure.
to be that way. So, I want it to be, I can't stand a squeak
Yeah.
anywhere. So these stairs are glued and screwed properly, But the thing with it is I wanted to create some space here, and I was limited by the design of the house, otherwise it would encroach into the lounge. So basically we came up with this curved component here, and this banister that you see here is actually manufactured for this purpose.
Okay, Phil, this kitchen. What I love about this kitchen is that it's a real timeless look. Right. Sometimes things get a little trendy, right? Where people do something that might be in style, hot for a moment, and then it goes out of style. Yeah. What I loved about this is that this would be in, I think, forever. It's just a very timeless look, like the rest of the house.
So when we bought the house, it had a traditional L shape with a tiny.
Oh yeah, it came out here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's a tiny island.
Shapes the ceiling, right?
Yeah, and the thing that my wife and I like to do is we like to cook and we like to entertain. I've had over 20 people in this kitchen. And have you ever noticed if you had a dinner party, nobody ever leaves the kitchen?
Yeah, that's right.
So we wanted a countertop that you could, prepare food with, display food,
Sure.
and eat from it.
Yeah.
And here you got it. This slab is actually just a midget short of what you buy actually everywhere else.
Sure. I love this window too. You look at this window and you say, oh, well, that's a cool window, but even for them to wrap tile inside that window is not an easy task. I mean, it's got to fit perfectly. Sometimes drywall is not exactly square, right? So you got these little chiclet pieces of tile they're trying to cut in. And when you start getting, at an area where you're cutting thin little pieces, it's not easy. But the light that brings in has got to be nice for you too. And the neighbor is a mile away.
We have probably the largest plot actually in the neighborhood.
Well, you talked about reverse pie.
Yeah.
When the driveway is, your whole kitchen party was probably in the driveway, and you could fit 10 cars in that driveway. It's massive.
But yeah, the cooktop,
It's induction, right? Wolf induction, Wolf appliances.
I love the induction. It's magic. It's magic.
Sub-Zero, yeah, it's very nice.
This actually we bought when we did the remodeling. We refurbished the old Sub-Zero, and then guess what? Finally gave it up to go.
Yeah.
So this is a couple of years old.
Is it? Yeah.
So just brand spanking new.
Well, we all know how expensive these are, but also too, if you want Sub-Zero or Wolf, I mean, how long would it take now to get those in? I mean, you almost have to order them before you even pull permits because they do take a little bit of time. Yeah. How many people knew that there's a cooler here?
I don't know. Actually, it's interesting. I'm not sure. I think I don't like the glass showing.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it blends right in. When people are over and they ask for a drink and you pull it out of here, are they all surprised that there's a fridge there? Yeah.
So they're not.
Phil, this is a great outdoor space. One of the couple things I noticed. First thing is the pool is massive. In Florida, people like small pools. Up in the Midwest,
Right.
You see big. This is a Midwest pool right here. This is a big pool.
Right, yeah. Well, the previous owners had 4 children, ultimately adult children before they left. And I think they, like to do laps. So
Sure,
you do laps.
Yeah.
You can do laps. And it is a truly functional pool. It's actually 6.5 feet deep on the other end.
Yeah.
Which is a bit unusual.
Look at the cage is awesome. I love the picture window.
This has been through 2 hurricanes. And Irma and Ian. And the reason why it stood up was, and the way they sold it to me, was the uprights are filled with concrete. So the whole upright structure is absolutely rock solid.
That is so rare, by the way.
Yeah.
And as you're standing there, I noticed right behind you have your armor screen hurricane protection.
Yep.
I mean, do you really need that, Phil? I mean, you got hurricane windows everywhere. I guess it's the benefit of not having to bring your furniture in and out when there's a hurricane, right?
It's purely for that, actually, to be honest. When we leave, in the season, we put all the furniture in here and we close it down.
Yeah.
Also, we've had some, pretty hefty storms, some in the summer when we've had rain. We can come down, you can sit outside.
Yeah. Master bedroom, main floor,
Yep.
tucked away. I love it. This is a nice big master. And I remember the floor plan of this home was nice because it had tons of windows.
Yeah.
I mean, this home is a light, bright, and airy home for sure. A lot of the buyers that come down from the Midwest,
Right.
they want the sun, they want light, natural light, and this home has it for sure.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, we get the east-west,
Yeah,
so it slightly modifies over the course of the season. But you get this light, but you don't get the intensity of the sun.
yeah, for sure.
And which is very important if you live in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Getting into May and June, it's hot, right?
It does get a little.
But all these, they're all new windows, all plantation shutters are brand new.
Yeah.
The flooring actually was all carpet. We took all this out. This is actually real wood.
Yeah, it's nice. Hand scraped wood. I love it.
And it runs all the way through up to the
master bath.
panel.
You have to really know this layout. Like, we try to explain to people what this looked like before.
Yeah.
But if they didn't know the layout and know what we did, they wouldn't know how much work came into it. But I remember this layout had sort of a soffit that came down, right? And it was arched. I think did it even have columns in there maybe?
Ours didn't, but some models do, yeah.
Yeah, the drywall came down. So then you knocked all the drywall out. Didn't this have a massive tub right here, a step up, like a double step?
Yep.
And I think it came out pretty far, didn't it?
Yep, it did, yeah. So, to put this freestanding in was a bit of a challenge because we had to replumb it underneath.
Sure.
And you're right, so we skinned all of it. In fact, the entire room was skinned.
Yeah.
And sheetrocked and re-electrified. We also took advantage of, if you can see here, the tile tied in, the tile trim all the way around.
I do. And you use the same, I mean, at this point, why not just push granite windowsills?
Yeah, we even put them in the bathroom as you point up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is all from one sheet, one slab, and so
That's
they
great.
hung granite in, which I like on it.
That's nice because it doesn't spot or anything. It's great. Oh, Phil, you also have a drinking fountain in here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is nice. I mean, you got to have a drinking fountain in the house, right, Phil? That's always a real estate joke, right?
Yeah.
Got to love the bidet.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the fact that there's even room for a bidet is pretty rare. A lot of bathrooms, they just have enough room for one.
Yeah.
So
And we have a closet also.
why have one when you can have two?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. The upstairs is awesome. I love it up here. You have the bonus room and you have 3 bedrooms, which is great. A lot of space. And from up here, just looking down, I mean, it's got a beautiful view and it's wide open. So when you walk in, you see it, just a nice open footprint up here. So anyway, Phil, I don't know if you're a good pool player or not, but might need to show you how it's done.
Probably put a wager on it, right?
Bonus. And you'd actually really, if somebody really needed another room, I mean, this could be, an area of pull-out couch, overflow guests. I mean, you got a TV up here. I mean, this could be, a space for more people. For sure.
Yeah, so we've had, this pull from people from my relatives overseas that come over here. And we've had, all different age groups up here. So we've had, we've catered for about 8 to 10 people. So it's a very nice space. Also, we use it as well for socializing when people come up.
Yeah.
Different space, hit some pool, watch the TV, have a drink and so flying. But
you could really tell the quality of a real good, home like this when you're upstairs. If you were to go downstairs and you hear me walking around, you would not hear me downstairs in this house, which is rare. A lot of homes, you can hear everything. It's just the home isn't built, with the best soundproofing. It's between the first and second level. They're not using the right materials, but it's nice and quiet, which is great. And you've made it even better, actually. You've made the house better.
So I had an old house with a squeaky floor in Chicago, and it drove me nuts. So any remodeling, I've done a few of these, and there's no squeaks.
Yeah. Now, did you say Chicago? Because I'm from Chicago.
I know, yeah. I'm just doing a dig on that,
Nice. I mean, Phil, Gulf Harbor is a cream of the crop community. I mean, it's got everything. I mean, I know the things that are good for resale value, but since this video is all about you, just tell me a little bit about why you chose Gulf Harbor.
First of all, it was the community. It was a gated community, and it did provide the opportunity for us to play golf, tennis, and there was a superb wellness center, notwithstanding the golf facility.
Sure.
And the tennis, the golf, and the wellness center have all been upgraded. We spent close to about $18 million on all those 3 elements.
Sure.
And we're about to spend some money, additional investment on the clubhouse as well.
Yeah.
Notwithstanding, you've got a superb marina and a full facility island that you can go out and get back to nature.
Sure.
So it's a beautiful community.
I know that you love it here, and it's a wonderful place. And every time I've had a listing in here, I mean, the amenities sell themselves. And they have a name for it, like maybe the Gulf Harbor Shuffle, or a lot of the communities have a name where that means people are moving from one to another to another. Yeah. But I know a lot of people have done that in here.
Yeah, and they do. The neighbor of the road.
Gulf Harbor Shuffle. Right?
Yeah, it is. They moved up to the Paramount, which is an apartment, and then they've moved, from my own neighbor just down the corner.
Yeah.
So,
well, the thing about this community for resale value, for real estate that makes my job easier is it's not mandatory golf. It's got a wonderful sports club, great tennis. You got boating, you got a marina, you got good people. There's a lot of good walking paths, there's a lot of events. I mean, it does really check every single box. If you look at how many developments out there have golf access and golf course, it's rare.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many.
And I'm selling my membership, so you get straight away.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
Which the waiting list right now has got to be 2 years.
It's a little less than that now, but it's quite long. Yeah, it's quite long.
Yeah.
But you immediately get access to the facility from the time you moved into the house.
Yeah. Phil, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the opportunity. I know that we're going to work together as a team and get this thing sold for you. So I do appreciate it, really. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. I mean, I'm looking forward to working with each other. The initial reaction and interaction that I've really been great.
Thank
You're on the button, I text you and I watch my watch, and within minutes you get back to me. But no, I'm very thorough, and I look forward to selling this house as soon as possible.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to put it on right away, and a ton of marketing. My team will email you a copy of the listing agreement, a couple links to the pictures. You can share it.
Right.
Social media,
Right.
Big social media influencer, that you are. I'm just kidding. But send that out to your friends and family, and you can download them to your desktop and have these pictures for a memory, Phil, because I'm going to get this thing sold for you.
I hope it's going to be memories.
Yes. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. All the best.